Today's guest is an Advocate Now favorite. She was a writer and executive producer on the hit show Baby Daddy, and now she's an influencer who TikTok has fallen in love with. Heidi Clements joins us today to talk about the strike that's affecting the entertainment industry. Just recently, writers and actors went on strike to advocate for proper pay and treatment in the business. Heidi's chatting with us about all of that and more. This is Advocate Now. Heidi, thank you so much for being here. Now, both writers and actors are on strike right now. Back in April, nearly 98% of the Writers Guild of America, known as the WGA, voted to authorize the strike. As a seasoned TV writer yourself, what would you say is currently the overarching sentiment among writers?
You know, I think everyone is just really sad that it has come to this, because I think writers always feel like we're the first line of defense. Like, I think you can't do anything without us, but I feel like we're the lowest rung out of everyone when it comes to getting pay and getting, the residual situation figured out. And I think everyone's just really sort of realized that it's going to last a while, and it's really going to I feel like it's just going to destroy the business. I really do. I don't know where we go from here. It's very sad. And when you hear things like, I'm not sure if it was Bob Iger, but supposedly it was Bob Iger who says things like, we're going to keep doing this until writers start losing their homes and get frustrated and want to come back to work. That is a horrible thing to say. And people are losing their homes. This is not an easy thing to do for a living. You're not guaranteed to be rich. I posted something about people think all writers are rich. They're not. I saw a kid on CNN the other day talking about he's a writer on The Bear, like the most popular show on TV, and he said he's living below poverty level as a writer. Like, that's just nuts. That show's making buckets of cash. So where's the problem? We need to figure these things out. It's just unfair.
Absolutely. And just recently, actors joined writers in the fight. Nearly 98% of SAG-AFTRA voted in support of striking. But this is the first time that both the WGA and SAG have been on strike at the same time since 1960, even though a strike has been brewing for a while now. What do you think finally set writers and actors over the edge?
I mean, I think it's all of this business about residuals. And I don't think people really understand how residuals work, because someone wrote on my an actress friend of mine page about how, if I work at Taco Bell, I don't get residuals. It's like, yeah, but you go home at the end of the day and Taco Bell stops making money from you. We write things and those things live on, and we don't get paid for them. I haven't worked on a television show in 4 years. I've tried to work on a television show in 4 years, but it's not easy to get a job on a television show. You might start something when something else is already in progress, or you might be attached to an exclusivity deal and you can't join another show. Or like me, you might not know enough people that are in the business to get a job. And so you have to live off those residuals. I've been pitching shows for 5 years since my show ended. And guess what? You don't get paid to pitch. You don't get paid to develop. I spent 2 years developing a show with Sony. They have tons of money. I didn't get paid a dime for that. And when it was over and it was time to pitch, they only came up with 3 people for me to pitch to. So that was 2 years of my life. Like, I can't live on that. I had to get another job that has nothing to do with writing to support myself. I have a TikTok account now where I'm trying to do brand deals to support myself, because you can't support yourself as a writer. And when these television shows are making billions of dollars, that's crazy. You can't make them without us. I mean, I know they want to. I know they'd like to make them with AI. But AI doesn't feel things. AI doesn't cry. AI doesn't see things or experience a life. Same with an actor. The problem with the actors is they want to take someone's face that they paid $700 for the day and then use that face for eternity with no pay. It's insane. It's all about these residuals and being paid for the work that you're putting in. And so I hope people understand that we don't want to make money for work that we're not doing. We want to make money from the money they're making from the work that we already did.
I think there's so much about the industry that most people don't even realize. And for those who aren't familiar, can you explain what writers are demanding during these strikes?
So I know that we're looking for increased pay to the actual like low standard of salaries, and it sounds like it's a high salary. I think it's over $7,000 a week for a writer's minimum salary, but you might only be working for 10 weeks, and that show has to last you for a year. So that $70,000 has to last you for a year after you've paid 10% to your agent. Sorry, 15% to your agent, 10% to your manager, 5% to your business lawyer. It's it's $35,000 for the year. That's below poverty level, I think. I don't think anyone could live on that, especially in a city where like my rent is $4,000 a month. So they're fighting for increased pay. They're fighting for better residuals, which is what we just talked about earlier, about making money on things that they're making money from. They won't release the numbers of how many times something has streamed. So they're making a ton of money on things, playing it over and over and over again, because they're not paying any of us. If you're on a network show, you get paid for the episode that you write. And every time that it airs, you get paid again for that episode. It's in decreasing amounts. With streaming, nobody knows how many times it's been watched or streamed or played, and you're not getting any money for that. You might get 25 cents a run or something, but you still don't know how many runs they are because they're not releasing the information. So my residuals went from, $50,000 one year to $3,000.
And what's so interesting is that series budgets have skyrocketed over recent years, yet the median writer producer pay, it has significantly dropped, right?
Yeah, like 20% or something like that, or 23%. Yeah. They're just not living up to their end of the bargain, and writers and actors are pouring their blood, sweat, and tears into productions because that's what we do. If I write something, I'm giving you a piece of my life that I have lived, that I am willing to sell, to make into a television show. And it's usually not for the money. It's because we love the art and we love what we do. But at a certain point, you have to stop watching other people get rich when you can't even get health insurance.
And speaking of that, Fran Drescher, the president of SAG-AFTRA, said that CEOs of companies like Endeavor and Warner Brothers Discovery are making more than $78,000 a day. Was that public knowledge, or was it covered up until just recently?
I don't think so. I think she definitely did some digging for those numbers. I'm sure it's public knowledge. Look at the bonuses people make on these, for these companies. It's absolutely insane. But we're not making. Listen, when I worked on Baby Daddy, which was 5 years ago now, I made great money. I made really good money. But that show, when it ended, I don't get paid anymore. And it's been airing nonstop since then. It's streaming on Hulu now. It ran on cable networks. It's been, Disney still owns it. They're still making money. Hulu's making money, but I'm not making any money from that.
What are your hopes for the future of the entertainment industry?
I just hope that they figure out how to pay people for streaming, how to pay them an accurate amount of money for what they're making. They know how much it's being streamed. They have the numbers. I would like transparency about the numbers. And, we're not asking for exorbitant amount of money. I wish that we were asking for development money, because honestly, I've been out of work for 5 years and I haven't seen a dime for all of the work that I have done. And I guess that's part of it, but I feel like if you enter into a development deal with somebody, they should have to pay you. I just hope that they realize that we're more important than robots, and that we deserve to be paid money from the money that they are making from us. We just want a cut of what they're making from us. It's that simple.
Yeah, it only seems fair. Well, Heidi, thank you for shedding so much light on all of this, and good luck throughout this entire process. We really appreciate you talking with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm Sonia Baghdadi. Thanks for watching and advocating. For more stories and content like this, visit advocate.com and advocatechannel.com.